Hey guys, it's Dalia. I'm back for another vlog. So today is September 12th, Tuesday. If you remember yesterday's vlog, I was having a very bad day. I will tell you that at night I should have a better day or better night. So like I said, I want to work on a few things that would make me happy, and it certainly worked. However, it didn't last long. So obviously I went to sleep, woke up in the morning, I felt okay. But somehow my day started to go south fairly quickly. Again, I was somewhat productive for having such a funny day, but I will tell you this, I started to notice I started to feel a little bit warm and I started to have a slight headache, and I knew that I was coming down with something, or I knew I started to feel a little sick. So after lunch, or for lunch, I ate really quickly and then I took a nap, and I pretty much had my assistant work on something that didn't require me to be with her. So I pretty much took a long nap and rested, and I started to feel better. As you could tell, I mean, I'm doing okay right here. Um, so I am, for the last 30 minutes, I was back upstairs, kind of like getting some things together. I will say overall, the day was not very productive, and I don't want to kick myself for not being as productive. I understood that I wasn't feeling well, not just emotionally, but like physically, like I was not feeling well. Um, but again, I'm going to say this again. Hopefully, I could pass that tomorrow. I don't want to go the whole week with this funk, you know? Um, so what I did work on today was, of course, the Amazon webinar. That's going fairly decently. Okay, I completed almost two sections. I couldn't really put my heart into the last video I was working on, so that's when I had to take the lunch and pretty much stop for the rest of the day because I just wasn't in it. I was working through the motions, but I had to stop because it wasn't coming together the way I wanted to. And I have to just refine it when I go back to it when I start to feel better, but it just wasn't working. For the last 30 minutes, I have been working on things that don't require a lot of like brain work, like the Amazon webinar requires a lot for me to think, for me to put cohesive thoughts together. I mean, you name it. But this, the past few things I've been working on, I didn't have to. I was checking on something with Pinterest. I was doing one of those like those admin type of tasks. I was cleaning off my desk and things like that. And after this video, I'm actually going to go ahead and do some of that as well, finish up. But again, I really hope tomorrow I turn things around because I don't like being unproductive. Again, I understand because I was a little sick. Sometimes we are in a funk not because we're sick, but because of other reasons that I like to really try to control. But as far as sick, you really can't control it until you start to feel better. So again, hopefully tomorrow I start to feel better and there's no issues with it. 'Cause I have a lot of work to catch up to do. But I want to talk about, I was feeling sick, so that's why I probably didn't work as well as I should have. But sometimes we go through our moments where we're not working as hard, and it's not because we're sick, but because we're emotionally sick, right? We're unmotivated or whatever. And the things I do usually get through that, in my opinion, are very simple, but it works for the most part. Unless I'm like in a burnout or something. There's no reason for me to be burned out, that I work through these things that help me. So I always recommend people to customize their own motivation plan. And what that is you figure out the things, the pieces, the things, the tips that make you motivated. So let me explain to you what makes me motivated. One, I always make sure I'm well fed. So if I have a water bottle next to me, a little snack, making sure that I have, an easy to go thing I could go downstairs to eat, nothing junky kind of food, but something that could, make me work through. Sometimes I don't want to work, or feel not motivated to work because I'm hungry. So that's number one. Make sure that I take care of those urges, because then I won't be able to work. That's number one. Number two, I actually play either music or a TV show in the background. So I have on my computer out there, I have a Mac desktop that I don't use actually for work. It's only meant to play music and things in the background, or a TV show, and that keeps me going. That keeps me working. It's like it works like a charm. And again, this is things that I do. This may not work for you. I'm just trying to give you some examples. What else works for me? keep me motivated. Oh, I need people to work with me. So if I'm working by myself, usually the TV or music trick really, really helps. But otherwise, I still need people to work with me. So if my assistant is off for the day and so is my husband, I mean, you could bet I'm not going to get any work done, you know? So having my assistant there is usually the biggest key. If my husband wasn't working that day because he had to run an errand or something, then that's fine. But usually my assistant is, well, I need her there. It's usually very, very helpful. I can't explain it. I mean, I'm her boss, but it's almost like a weird accountability thing that, I need to work when she's there as well. And obviously a lot of times she needs me with her to, to work with. Like we work on projects together sometimes, or she needs my direction. So it's almost like an accountability partner. Yeah, I'm going to call it that because not all of us work with people in our office. A lot of you may be solo entrepreneurs. I'm not. Well, yeah, I'm not. I work with people. So I recommend getting an accountability partner so it doesn't feel so lonely. Sure, they won't be right next to you, but I really believe it will help you stay focused. I was talking to somebody the other day. I may have mentioned this in another vlog. She needed some help prioritizing her to-do list. It was very simple. I told her the answer. I said, what you should be working on first. I even said to her, stop talking to me and work on this part of your to-do list. And guess what? She did, and she completed it. Well, that thing was staying on her to-do list for God knows how long. So I'm just like, here's the thing. I'll call her Sally. I'm not going to use her real name. I said, here's the thing, Sally. You know a lot of these answers, but you need the push, right? You need the push. A lot of you guys are very, very smart, and you know it. But you just need the push. The advice I give sometimes is just common sense. Some of the advice I give during Facebook Lives and such, but you just need that push. You need somebody to hold you accountable. Get an accountability partner. Okay. I actually have one, as well as I work with people. So it's really kind of a double whammo thing, Another thing that keeps me motivated, or gets me back on track is kind of reorganizing my to-do list. I know this is kind of like a geeky thing, or I'm not sure if it's considered geeky. It's just what I do is I go to my Trello account and I just kind of look at everything. I resort things because I'm like, this is not a priority. Let me move it around. Let me work on a couple of things that are mindless, similar to what I've been doing for the last 30 minutes. Things that don't really require, anything. So if I'm unmotivated to actually do work, I may restock the envelopes. I'm giving you an example. I don't do that. My husband does, but I may restock the envelopes. I might clean off my desk. I may reorganize my Trello account. I may XYZ. You see what I'm saying? Those things that are kind of like, they're not priorities. There's those like weird tasks that you have to eventually get done, but not, you're not in desperate need to get done. So I usually work on those to help me back on track. So the point is, here I am giving you some tips. The things that I do as part of my motivation plan to get out of funk. It's important that you create your own. It's important that you create your own because, being an entrepreneur, you'll have these ups and downs very, very often. And while that's okay, it's okay to take a break once in a while. Sometimes, and I think you guys can agree, we have these funks and they stay for longer periods of time. When I say longer, I mean you want it to last only for not more than a day. Sometimes it'll last more than a day. And we can't have that. We're too busy. We're too busy for it to last more than a day, right, guys? So I really want you to figure out what keeps you motivated. Write these things down. Take simple pencil, pen, and a piece of paper. Say, what keeps me motivated? And you know what? You may not find out all the answers today, but as you're working, weeks, days, months, you start to realize, oh, you know what? I realize this thing keeps me working. Listening to this TV show in the background keeps me working. Write these down. Eventually you're going to customize your own motivation plan. So what you're going to have is, imagine these little dashes. See these little dashes? They're like pretty much points. You can have all these things on your motivation plan that you could pick and choose from. So if you're feeling unmotivated, you could go to your little motivation plan and you could customize it and say, okay, I'm not really feeling it today. So what could I work on? What could I do to fix myself or whatever? And you might pick one or two things and it might end up getting you out of your funk. And I really want you guys to work on that because it's just the worst. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just the worst. Sometimes, by the way, we get in a funk when, and for a few reasons we fall into a funk. I fall into it if nobody works with me, so the lack of an accountability partner. Sometimes because of sales. Sometimes sales get really can really drive our emotions, a lot of us entrepreneurs. And that's what sucks. I mean, I'm at a point in my business where, sales matter very much, but I don't really check sales and, every single day. Once in a while I do, but not really. So it's not controlling my emotions. I in a blanket statement know I'm doing pretty well because I see my phone going off, Amazon going off, my .com. Like I know it's happening. So I don't need as much money as I'm making. If that makes sense. Like I have a lot of revenue and a lot of profit, and I don't need that much. So I'm not worried about each day if I made $600, $700, $800 a day, because I need much less to survive. Okay, so as long as I see some sales go through, here and there, then I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not hung up on the fact that um, exactly how much was it. But when you're obviously like when you're first starting out working by yourself, and this is like your family lives off this income, and it's like really, really close. I understand why you want to look at your sales. I understand that. But if you could try to avoid it when you know that things are going well and just work on strategies to keep building your business, I recommend that. 'Cause I'm always working on strategies to build my business. Email list, Pinterest, I mean, you name it, And yes, it does get overwhelming, and I'll talk about that in a second. But as far as coming to sales and people, I notice it's a common theme I keep seeing. People, when they have low sales, they tend to be less productive. So the less you could pay attention to your sales, I know that's weird and it seems kind of like the wrong advice to give, but I hope you can read between the lines and understand what I'm trying to say. Don't let it control your emotions. Okay? Look for the small wins. How about that? Look for the small wins. So even if it's a slow sales day, what are your small wins you could celebrate? Did you get 5 subscribers on your list? Did you, whatever it is. Some part of their motivation plan is to watch some of my Facebook lives on the replay, and that keeps them motivated. I like that. So another thing that gets us in a funk slash unmotivated slash whatever, fill in the blank, is, yes, we are overwhelmed with things. I fall into this category a little too often where I'm working on multiple projects. I'm pretty organized, so I feel like I don't fall into this funk as often as I probably should. But I work on so many projects, and I try my best to organize it in a fashion that it's not overwhelming for me. But once in a while, they kind of crumble together and they get overwhelming. So, and this is not meant for everybody to handle this, meaning you shouldn't be working on 20 projects at once. I'm not saying I work on 20, just an example. And the idea is you shouldn't be working on, trying to grow 20, all the social media platforms. You shouldn't be working on, your .com, your email list, your social media, blah, blah, blah. It's way too much. And this goes back to goal planning. I tell people you shouldn't you shouldn't plan too many goals in one year, because it's just going to be way too much. I mean, I know you want to do everything this year. Listen, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm a freaking rock star. I know exactly what to do to get my business from this year. It'll probably make 400K, and I know exactly what to do to get it to 1 million. Like I know exactly what to do, even 500,000 at least, right? But I can't do it all. Okay, nor do I want to. The fact that a business can grow from 400K to 1 million is probably not smart logistically. Okay, it's a logistic nightmare. Nor am I prepared to handle that, nor do I want to handle it. Okay, I'm not in this business to make myself miserable. I want to make myself happy. So the point is, don't handle too much. If you're out there having unrealistic expectations, saying, yeah, Dalia, but I'm making only $200 a month now. I need to make $4,000 a month to support my family. I need you to reel it back in for a second. Okay, I don't care what you want. Okay, there is realistic expectations. Okay, unless something goes viral, then I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? You can't help yourself. Quit with these unrealistic expectations where you want to make from a few hundred to 4,000 the next month, or you want to make it as quickly as possible. I say get yourself a part-time job if you need to make money that badly. Sometimes that stress can lead to unrealistic expectations, and if we're not meeting those unrealistic expectations, then we become depressed and unmotivated, and then here's this topic we're talking about today, the motivation plan. So just make sure you have realistic goals. Make sure you're patient. Okay, make sure that when you look at other people's successes, like similar to in our Facebook group, the Facebook group that I run, the Handmade Mastermind, you use it as a motivation, not something that makes you feel like, oh, I wish I was there, I wish I was doing that, or whatever. You want to feel happy for people. You don't want to be like, why am I not there yet? blah, blah. You could use it to push you forward. Okay. Anyway, guys, I just was thinking about this and I want to like, bring some, tips for you. Again, today's my funk today was not brought to you by, just lack of motivation or something or being burnt out. It was literally like I was not feeling well. Actually, my face feels a little bit cooler. It's not as warm as it was earlier, but I was having a headache on this side. It was a mess. Again, hopefully I could get myself back up, immunity boost, and I'm okay by tomorrow. I got work to do. And I'll tell you something. I'm trying to plan for the Handmade at Amazon webinar to launch at the end of September. I'm really cutting it close. It more than likely will probably launch in October, beginning of October, but I'm still going to try as hard as I can without compromising quality of the webinar, which is very important to me. I want to make sure that it launches the way I always expected it to launch. There's been times where I've done a launch and it's been like a week or two late, and I think people are okay with that because they know I'm about to provide some quality ass content, right? But just giving you a heads up, that's probably where it's gonna be headed. I might be running late because there has been, sorry, my thing keeps shaking. There has been quite a few ups and downs for the last, I would say, weekish with my business. Me feeling sick, me feeling this. I mean, the storm that kind of set me back and production and things like that. So anyway, I'm hoping to get back on my feet tomorrow. What else do I have for you guys? On a personal note, I've been really into candles recently. My candles that I bought 3 candles from the Yankee Candle Company. I think it's Yankee Candle. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And they're okay. Like depending on its mood, right? Yes, candles have moods. I feel like I don't smell the candle as well some days compared to others. So I really hope that because they're almost done. So I really hope that the next purchase, actually one of them is pretty much done. But I really hope that the next purchase I make, the throw is better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could smell it and nothing overpowering that I want to just turn off the candle, but enough that makes me feel like I invested in a quality candle. So if you have any recommendations, I want you to comment down below. Because I really want to, I don't know, I'm not obsessed with them, and nor do I want, to walk into my home smelling like a big bouquet. Like I don't know. I just think I find candles when they're lit very comforting, very nice. I don't know, the sound of the wicker. I mean, I don't know. I like it, and yes, I like the subtle smell. Again, I want it to smell enough where I feel like I know there's something burning, which is great. I heard soy candles are better for that. I don't know, again, if you have a recommendation, comment down below. I could probably tell you for sure like what my preferred type of scents are, but I mean I have quite a few different ones and I'm not going to bother, talking about them in this video. Maybe another one. I was thinking also, guys, just another thing. I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, excuse me, instead of mixing my vlogs like how I do right now, part business and maybe part personal, I was thinking of separating them. So I was thinking of doing vlogs like, okay, so if I do vlogs 5 days a week, right? And it won't be exact number, but some of the vlogs will be business related, period. And then some will be personal related, period. Meaning, let's say, for example, if I bought a whole bunch of candles. So maybe tomorrow's vlog would be like the candle haul. I'll show you what I got, the scents, I talk about it. I'm doing this YouTube channel, these vlogs, because I enjoy it. I enjoy talking about business, so that's a business portion and what my day entailed and things like that. I also enjoy some personal things I want to discuss, and not always will I have something to discuss. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I always have business stuff to discuss because I work every day pretty much, right? So I don't know, I was thinking maybe splitting up those videos so then there could be, videos dedicated to personal things, like more fun stuff as opposed to business stuff, and then videos dedicated to business. If it's 5 days a week, maybe 2 or 3 days will be business and the rest will be personal. I don't know. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday is personal and Tuesday, Thursday is business. I don't know yet. I think I might have to do more business days than it is personal. Or I might just not have a schedule. I might just do whatever I feel like doing. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, okay guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Obviously a short vlog, but again, I had to get my groove back. Like I just haven't been feeling well, and I feel, besides the fact that I feel better, not 100%, but better, I feel sad that I didn't get as much work as I should have done today, you know? Um, so yeah. Anyway, so if you would like, please subscribe to my vlogs. To hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you like and comment. I would really appreciate it. Today was an odd, well, no, yes, it was an odd vlog. Today I think was interesting enough because I talked about motivation plan, etc., and how it relates to business and stuff. So if you want to hear or see or whatever more vlogs like this, make sure you subscribe so you get alerts when I post them. Okay, guys? All right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, depending on what time you're watching this, or night. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.